Hi Deepa, very good evening. Hi Kavita, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you Deepa, thank you for the wishes. Hi Tilakavati, welcome. Thank you so much. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद कविता जी. Hi Shanta, welcome. Good evening. Thank you Rekha, thank you so much. And your personal wishes were also too good. Thank you for the lovely this thing. Thank you Shanta for the wishes. Hi Vasanti ma'am, good evening. How are you? Hi Chandrakala ma'am, good evening. Welcome. Did you try any of the paintings? What was done earlier in our live sessions? Thank you Chandrakala ma'am. Thank you so much for the wishes. Okay, now we can start the session. A very happy good evening to you all and welcome to Jaishi Narayan Creations, the live session. In today's live session, we will be doing a blouse painting. Two beauties will be painted on the blouse, especially on the back side of the blouse. Okay. That's really great to know, Rekha. After you finish it, please do share it with us. Hi Nagukumari, good evening. Hi Leela, welcome. How are you? Oh, you are doing Madhubani on dress, Kavita. Superb. You also please do share it with us so that the others also can have a look at it and have some inspirations and follow some of the techniques also what you have carried in your painting. Okay, today's session will be a slightly little that is we can say it as the second step of fabric painting. The first one was the simple filling which we had done in the first session on a pattu sari. All of you remember that, and later on we did little bit of other like using the binder and other stuffs, and now this is going to be on a blouse. Of course, Madhubani was the simplest one, just the line drawing, outlining, and then filling the gaps with color lines. That's it. Okay. That was also on a blouse, but the blouse was a cotton one. And in today's session, it's a different material. It's a semi-silk cotton fabric. So when I say semi-silk cotton fabric, normally what happens is the color blots a lot. The moment you keep the paint on the fabric, it spreads immediately. Okay, so that is why I have taken that particular fabric today for the session, because we have dealt with silk fabric, cotton, and now it's going to be tussar also we have done. Now this is semi-silk cotton and a different kind of technique and the subject also. So I have taken a lighter fabric, and as the session goes, the first step is to transfer the design on the fabric. So I have already transferred the design, and because it's a lighter fabric, I have outlined it with crimson red using the acrylic colors. It is not the liner, neither the liner nor any other stuff. It is the red acrylic color I have used here to outline the entire motif. So this is actually an order piece, and it is the back side of the blouse, and what they have suggested me to do it on a piece of fabric. They have measured and given me the fabric, the cut fabric, and asked me to paint the design where they have marked. Okay, so this will be a sort of patch for the back, and the front and the sleeves will be of a different color, I suppose. And I have one more piece also, the fully finished one, which I'll be sharing it to you towards the end of the session. So this is the beauties which we are going to do today, and there were many people also just messaging me personally requesting to do the lady figures on fabric. So it's a double dhamaka today, one for the client and for you also. I'm going to teach you the stuff. Hi Samyukta, hi Shweta, hi dear friend Vinod Kumar, good evening. So the first step is to transfer the design, and if it is a light fabric, and the color which I have used here for transfer, the carbon color is black. Okay, I have used only black carbon and then outlined it with the crimson red. If it is a darker fabric, as I always say, you can use the white carbon, and if it is a medium shade, then you can use yellow carbon too. Okay, so now I have outlined it. Now we will start the color. Now here the requirement by the client, because we are going to deal with so many kinds of techniques and other stuffs during our live sessions. Here the requirement by the client is not to use the gold because it's a lighter fabric. Instead they wanted to make use of this copper, pearl metallic copper here and there, because the saree which is this blouse goes with a saree colored, like it has green, it has orange, it's a multicolor checked pattern saree with lot of particular color. Okay, so they have asked me to use copper paint. So I have taken copper paint just here and there, especially for the jewels and other stuffs. Hi Shobha, hi Shweta, good evening. Welcome Hema, good evening, how are you? Okay, now we will start with the copper first. And here, since this is a lighter fabric, I am not going to give a base white coat. Directly the color will be applied on the fabric. Okay, that is why I have left it as it is and done only with the outline. Okay. Similarly, the pearl metallic colors, they don't require any base coat because the pigments are very strong, and once you apply on the thing, it is really bright and vibrant also, bold also. Okay. So now let me finish off the pearl metallic first and then start with the other coloring. And when you use the pearl metallic color, please see to it that you don't mix it with water. Normally the acrylic color or the fabric color, when we use, we add little bit of water to dilute it, to mix it with the color, and then that particular consistency we use. Okay, you all remember that. Here for the pearl colors and for the pearl metallic colors, we are not supposed to use water for mixing it. Directly from the bottle you can apply the color on the fabric. Okay, even if it is a non-fabric category also, say for example on a clay work also, better not to mix it with water and apply. Hi Gauri Ramki, good evening. Nirmala ma'am, very good evening. So now take copper color. This was the client's requirement, so I have taken copper. The copper will be applied for the jewels first. Let me apply on the earrings. You can even use rust also. It will look very pretty. And then on a darker surface, it is always better to use pearl metallic gold. Since this is a lighter fabric, they have specified the color for the jewelry. Special thanks to 6 of the participants, the viewers, who have messaged me for this particular pattern to be done as a demo during the live session. And I was lucky enough that I got it as a order piece also, as an order. So I'm doing both. The nut is also done with copper. The little bit of hanging also painted with copper. Then we have less jewelry in this. Those who want to take up fabric painting as a business, along with the regular painting what you get it from the client, you yourself can design pieces like this, especially like a patchwork. They can cut and either paste it, or they can even do some embroidery all over the outline and give an enhancement to the fabric also. Thank you. Hi Manasa, thank you so much for the wishes. This session is completely and purely for the beginners, so you can really watch the tutorial till the end and get benefited and start a piece for yourself, painting a piece. Thank you, Shweta. Thank you so much. Just see the color. I'm not mixing it with water. As I told you, for pearl and pearl metallic colors, there is no need for us to dilute it with water. Just directly from the container, you can load the brush and apply on the fabric. And of course, on non-fabric also. This is a single coat, Shweta. This is not, I'm not given double coat. I'm loading the brush with less of paint and then I'm applying it. Now we have done the one more piece is here on the bun. So let me paint that also. Only thing is you need to press the brush nicely and then spread the color on the fabric so that the color spreads evenly and smoothly on the fabric. Okay, you can load the brush with more of paint also and spread it. Then now we will start with the main coloring. So now here the pearl metallic copper coloring is over. We will start with the main coloring. Now here for the flowers on the head, we will apply white. Now here also, for the regular colors, you need not have to mix it with too much of water. Just add a drop of water. Say in the proportion I told you, this is semi silk cotton. So the color spreads very fast. So to avoid the messy work, the blotting, all those stuffs will be seen after drying. Okay. So to avoid that, what you do is, to 3 or to 4 parts of the paint, add a drop of water, mix it, and that much of proportion is more than enough for a silk cotton, semi silk cotton. So I'm just adding only 1 drop of water, mixing it with the paint. Please remember that do not add lot of water, especially when you do it on a semi silk cotton. Yeah, Srinivasarao, this is Chandrakala ma'am. This is actually, I told you, semi silk cotton. What the precaution you have to take and keep it in mind always whenever you handle this kind of fabric is to add less water. Less in the sense 4:1. 4 parts of paint and add 1 drop of water. Mix it, and that particular consistency can be used for the application. Okay. Do not add 1:1, or normally we mix 1:1. I always say mix 1:1 and then apply on the fabric. Pattu saree normally do not, on the pattu saree the color do not spread much. Okay, we can have a real control over the application. But here on the other hand, with the semi silk cotton, and sometimes even with the pure silk cotton also this happens. But semi, I promise you, I am telling you, for the semi silk cotton, the color spreads very fast. So because it's a mixed, so to avoid the spreading too much, add 4:1, 4 parts of paint and 1 part of water. Mix it thoroughly and then apply on the fabric. And that too, when you are applying it, what you should always remember is, don't start from the, suppose this is the flower arrangement on the head. So suppose if I want to fill this gap with white, I will not start from very close to the outline. Instead, I will start from the center of the patch and slowly I will move the brush to the side so that the color do not spread much. And the application also, you must have a very good control. Just see here, now it's not spreading because it is 4:1 and there is no base white coat. All the colors will be directly applied on the fabric. Absolutely, it's direct painting and doing the detailing, everything. Hope you have understood. Thank you, Anandavalli. Thank you so much. Since we have added less water, 1 coat is more than enough. If it is diluted, on the other hand, when we normally do with other kind of fabrics, we might have to give a second coat also. But here it is just a single coat, which is more than enough. Now, wherever we need to give the white is over. And for the eyes also, let us start the work. Let me apply white for the eyes so that later on when we complete it, it will be easy for us to paint only the pupil. Okay, the eyeball alone can be painted later towards the end. The outline which I have given for the entire design is little thicker and bolder. So even if I apply white on top of it, the inner detailing can be seen clearly. Since it's a lighter color fabric, after transferring the design, I have given a red outline on the full design. Okay, now this is over. Hi Priya. Hi Aruna Devi, Suresh, Anuradha. Good evening. It's okay, Anuradha. You can always view it later, especially we are just 5 minutes only. Earlier we have started. Now we will start with the next coloring. Again, I repeat, no base white coat, direct application of the colors. Okay. Now they wanted greenery, orange, and blue, red. These are the color combinations they wanted. So now I have taken greenery. I have taken greenery. Just dip the brush in water and wipe it. No, Chandrakala ma'am, I told you the other day when we are doing the pattu sari, base white coat was given because it was a dark color. Okay, and here the color is little lighter, so direct application can be carried. Now I am taking greenery. Now here for the sari I am giving. Just see the exact color will be transferred on the fabric and will be seen also because it is a lighter fabric. Since I have not added water to the paint, the application is very smooth. Now, I told you this is for the beginners. Those who are already doing it, you can also have a... See, now I have done the base white coat. Sorry, base green here. Now, before the color dries, just spread it nicely in one direction. Now before the color dries, we can give little bit of shading. I told you the second step of fabric painting. The first one which we did on the pattu saree was purely simple filling. Okay. And now here it is, a little bit of shading will be carried on the fabric. So now we need dark green. I'll take dark green. Very less of dark green, and then you can shade it. Just blend it with the base green coat. Here also I have not added water to the paint. Just directly from the bottle I have loaded the paint. The cloth do not become thick also even if you add direct color. Okay, because very less of colors only we are using. Just see the shading. Very, very simple. Hi Usha, welcome. Is that clear? So on greenery, I have used light green for the shading part of it. Thank you, Anuradha. Thank you so much. Understood? Now let it dry. Then we will shift to the other portions of the sari. So one sari I will do. Now let it dry. Such a simple way of shading it before the base color dries. Using a flat brush you can do. Then we will have orange for the blouses. We have a portion of it on the right side and a very less portion of it on the left side. So this will be orange, or you can use coral red also. Some contrast color. Since they have specified the color combination, I am using orange. Now this is a filbert brush. Now I will show you with our regular flat brush. Okay. our regular flat brush I'll show you, because many of you were asking me where to get these brushes. These filbert brushes are available everywhere. Hi Mikele ma'am, welcome, good evening. Fine, now just dip it in water, take orange color, just load the brush, absolutely no water added to the paint. That is why I am telling you, just a single application is more than enough, and immediately you can give a wash or you can shade it also with a contrast color. Just to and fro movement, spread the color properly. The client is running a boutique, so she's doing some patchwork. For that she has given me, I'm getting lot of orders. I'm telling you, you also can take up this fabric painting as your profession. Just one coat only I have given, and I am spreading it very, very gently, thoroughly, so that the color is spread nicely on the fabric. Just see the color. Understood? Now a small portion is seen on the left side. So let me apply over here and complete. See, when you're painting the bigger patches or on the blouse or even a smaller patch also, always use flat brush. Easy for us to apply the color. And for detailing, of course, you need the round brush. That is mandatory. So use the round brush for detailing, and for filling of colors for the patches, it is always better to use flat brush. Hi Jyoti, good evening. So now we have done, and here also little bit of shading. Now you have the we will mark the sleeves portion over here, and then let us use the darker shade crimson on orange. Again I am loading the brush with little crimson. Hi Lalita, welcome. எப்படி இருக்கு உங்களுடைய குட்டீஸ் கூடம் சேனல்? நல்லா போயிட்டு இருக்கா? And I watch regularly. Nice stories you tell for the kids. Done. Thank you Lalita. Now little bit of washing is over. So we have mixed on orange crimson. Same way little bit on the other side also. Done. Now we will mix the face color. So here I wanted to make one lady a little lighter in color, and the other one little darker complexion. Okay, so the lighter complexion, what I am going to choose are the colors which I am going to choose are, it will be white and chrome yellow. Okay, white and chrome yellow mixed, and the shading or the washing, what we call technically, will be with orange. You can do. On the other hand, for the other lady, a little dark complexion, the colors I'm going to use are white and burnt sienna. So white and chrome yellow, ekdam contrast. Okay, white and chrome yellow, then here white and burnt sienna. You can always make a note of it, certain color combinations which will look very pretty on fabric. Now When you decide about the complexion, you can either have the same lighter complexion for both the ladies or the darker one for both the ladies as you wish to. But for the coloring of the other portions, say for example the sari, the blouse or any other stuff on the dress materials, it should be you have to decide, you have to sit and think about the color combination and do it. Here of course not of much challenging work as the colors were suggested by the client, so I am going with those colors only. Otherwise you can use something dark brown over here because the base is lighter, so dark brown you can give, then red and a little bit of black mixed, little more darker brown you can give, and lighter shade of orange and white mixed for the blouse contrast, and then green with red combination. Here green with orange, you can go with green and red combination. So like that you can change, understand, taking the background into account. As the colors were mentioned and very specific colors are to be used, I am restricting myself, sticking on only to the colors they have suggested. So in the due course, in the future, we will be dealing with different colors and different fabrics and different techniques also. So now this is over. Now I am going to mix the color for the face. So white and chrome yellow. Let me take some more white. And when you are mixing two colors, especially for the skin portion, it is always better to mix a lot and reserve them till you paint the finish painting. So here I have taken white, then chrome yellow. I will show you both the color combination for the face. And when you are mixing it, take very less of the contrast, the darker shade. Don't just put it in the center. Start mixing it from one corner. Mixing it from one corner like this. And when you are happy with the shade, the second color, then you can stop. Now I feel the color is too thick. The paint is too thick. I will add just a drop of water to it. Don't add too much of water. I told you this is semi-silk cotton, a different kind of fabric we are dealing with. Earlier it was pure pattu, then tussar we dealt with, then cotton, and now it is semi-silk cotton. So I have added little water. Thank you, Lalita. It is a decoupaged one. Something over here. It's not coming. Okay, fine. Now, leaving off the lips. Excuse me. Leaving off the lips, you can cover the entire face, even the eyes, eyebrows, everything. Just apply the color, the bindi, everything. I'll show you after the application. You could see the base lines, what we have done. Since not much of water is added, the color is not spreading. Easy techniques I am teaching you, especially in this picture. Done. Again, just a single coat will do because the paint is thick. We have added white and okay. Now we will move to the neck. See, it's such an easy way of applying the color with a flat brush. Always remember, for larger areas, better to use the flat brush, and always round brush for the detailing. You can really finish a blouse in a day. A blouse a day could be your target. And the charges, really, these painting on the fabric, nowadays the charges are very high. Now we have the neck portion and then the front body. Just follow the outline. Spread it thoroughly. Color should not stand anywhere. And here also, before the color dries, we did the shading. Now for the face and for the beginners, I'm not going to do it immediately. I will just teach you a different technique where you can do the shading part of it on a dried coated area. Okay, especially for the beginners. Done. We have done the thing, and the ear also we will do. Now we have finished the coating. Can you see the markings on the face, the eyes, the eyelashes, the eyebrows and all? It is clearly seen because the color what we have applied here is lighter, and for the detailing, on the outline, it was done with red color. So automatically the color is seen, and now it will really help us to complete the face also. Okay, you will never go wrong in this. Now let us move on to the other lady. Let this dry. I'll tell you how to do the shading without the base color being wet. Okay, once the base color is dried also, you can do the shading. Exclusive for the beginners. Now the second color combination is white and burnt sienna. I'll take a little white. Take burnt sienna. Fine. Now, as I told you earlier, wash the brush, wipe it, take little bit of the darker color, just start mixing it. This is how you have to mix the color. Some people, what they do is they just take the thing and put it exactly in the center. Okay, now we are done with the color what I wanted, so I'm happy with this color. Slowly I'm adding white to it. Okay, now let me finish off this. A dark complexion lady. See, now after keeping the brush flat and spreading the color, what I do is just superficially with the tip of the brush I am making it fine. See, just superficially you have to do. Here also you can leave the lips. And then paint. Now here I will be doing the shading part also before the color dries, because I want you to learn both. Okay, one will be after the base coat dries, the other one will be when the coat is wet. So both the techniques you can learn. Okay, now the base coat is done, and the markings of the eyebrow and the upper eyelid and the lower eyelids are seen clearly. So now what you do is you take burnt sienna in the brush, very less of burnt sienna, then start the shading near the forehead, apply the darker color, then blend it with the base, take some more, now above the eye, then near the chin, just blend it. Then the front portion over here for the nose, done. Okay. Then comes the neck portion. For the neck, this is those who have joined late, this is the patchwork for the blouse back side. Now the neck portion is done with a coating, then darker color for the shading. Just shade it off. Okay. Those who have joined, those who have not subscribed my channel, please do subscribe and press the bell icon button also, so that whatever videos we upload, you will be notified immediately. Okay, now for the neck we finished. Now the body portion. This is before the color dries. A regular technique of fabric painting, blending of two colors. Okay, done. Now the shading, little bit below the ornament, a darker shade, then the sides. Done. Now this lady is over for the base coat of the face color. Now we will move over here. In this, first you need to do the eyes, the eyebrows, all those stuffs you have to do, and then do the shading, because this is fully dried. So we are going to do the shading part only after the color dries. Now here it is not yet dried, it's still wet, I cannot do anything. Now we will move on to the features. So for the features, you can apply direct brown or burnt sienna for the first outlining, and then other steps to follow. Just take, this is dark brown. You can mix green and red also. Any color on the palette you can just mix and do it. Okay. You can even leave it with brown itself. Just stop with this color also. You need not have to go with black on top of it. Okay. I'm just following the bottom line, which we have done it with crimson red. It is so clear even after the base coat. That is the skin color what we have given now. The latest trend going on in fashion is fabric painting, and that too blouse painting. Okay. Then follow the side. And one more thing, before you start the painting, iron the fabric because of this crease over there, marking. That mark has to be released, otherwise it will disturb your painting. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you so much. For the skin portion, I am giving brown, dark brown outline first. Okay, done. Now let me start with the shading. Okay, now same color. I'm taking burnt sienna. Just dilute it with water. Just dilute it, and then just like how we did for the other lady, the shading will be done near the forehead first. Spread it and slowly you with the brush move. Do it very gently. Then by the side of it, wipe the brush and then shade it off. Little bit over here, the chin. After the application, wipe the brush and then spread it thoroughly. This is exclusive for the beginners. Little watery paint and then applying it on top of the dried base coat, whatever the color may be. Here it was not the case. Then for the neck, thank you, Samyukta. Thank you so much. Done. Then little bit of darker shade on the front body portion. Wipe it and then spread to and fro movement. Spread it. Okay. Now just above the eye, take white color and very less of blue or black, either blue or black, whatever you wish to. It could be cerulean blue or it could be turquoise blue, anything. Let me take turquoise blue. Just a drop of it. Okay, fine. Now what you do is take white color. Thank you, Gauri. Thank you so much. So happy that you joined. Just spread, mix it. First, you be clear with the shade. Then it's too thick, so just take little water, mix it. Okay, now remove the excess paint. Apply above the eyebrow. Sorry, eyelash, upper. Sorry, eyelid. Okay, done. Just a curve parallel to this, making an oval shape. This is done. Thank you, Manjusha. Thank you so much. Is that clear? Okay. Now, let it dry. And I told you this is for the beginners. Another tip I am giving you, if you are going to take orders and really want to work with it, especially being a beginner, what you should do is take the Xerox, take the printout, the design. This is the design we are doing right now, and I have used black carbon. Now, this side eyes I have done. Here also the markings are very clear to me, but for you, the beginners, when you are going to start this painting, after covering the full portion of the face with the required color, you just trace the design. Take a butter paper, keep it on the design, outline it. Okay, you can see the design because this is transparent, so you can see the design what is being kept below. So you can trace it. After tracing it, what you do is just with the pencil, this is the front side, just at the back side, again you draw the outline with the HB pencil, not with the ordinary pencil, but with the HB pencil. Of course, there is no need for us to draw the lips because we have already left it as it is. We have not covered it, but the rest of the portion we have applied the color and it is all hidden. The lines are hidden. Now you draw on top of it like this. This is the back side I am telling you. Done. Okay. Now take the fabric. This is the design. Place it here. Just follow the outline. Place it on top. You have to be very careful in placing the outline like this. Done. This is how I learnt it in the beginning when I started with tanjore painting. On the board I learnt it. Later on it was free-handed. Fine. Now using a pen or a pencil, just draw on top. It is mere taking off the trace. Now see the black mark. You need to press little extra. Only this is required because all the rest are as it is over there. Now can you see the markings are there? It is transferred clearly. Okay, this is the front side. Make again a pencil mark at the back. Place the design on the painted the covered area, especially for the face when you do it. And then using a pen, preferably a pen, not a pencil, because this has a sharp tip. Give little extra pressure, trace the design. It is nothing but tracing the design, not directly on the fabric, but on the painted portion. That's it. Okay. Now we will start with the you want me to do this face because it is I have done one portion here now. So this is how you have to trace. We will complete here. Okay, now take darker color, darker brown, little more darker, or you can add little black to the brown what we have taken in the palette. Okay, take black, preferably not the direct black. I always request you all not to use direct black, because in case if you go wrong, then it will be really a messy work. So better not to use direct black, because that is how I learnt and my master taught me. So till date I am following the same tip. Transfer very less of black separately. Just discard everything, and whatever is left in the brush is more than enough. Mix it with burnt sienna. You get a darker brown shade. This is more than enough. Look at the darkness here and this. Okay. Now we will complete. On the brown what we have already applied, just do this, then the upper eyelid, just once or twice or thrice, keep doing it on top, thereby making it little broader also. This is enough. Understood? Then the eyeball, again with the same color, no black, direct black. It is only the black, very less of black with burnt sienna I have mixed. Then the lower eyelid also, just draw on top of it. There is a small hairy portion, just paint it with the same color, so that we will not forget it. Outline the entire stuff. Just to highlight it, I am using a darker shade. Okay, if you want to stop with brown, well and good. It's all ours only. Done. Now on the eye, on the white portion, it has to be a little bit bluish. So take a little white, little bit of, it's too dark, yeah, just sides, make it a little bluish. Wash the brush, wipe it and then spread it. Okay. Then on the eyeball, take little white, make a dot over here, just place a dot and then draw a line. Let it be a big one and then you can draw the line, and if it is too bright then you can diminish the color by taking off the excess paint. That's it. Okay, this is done. Now for the lips. For the lips, what I would suggest you to do is take orange color, apply on the lip, before the color dries. Take little crimson, just apply at the top portion of the lip and bottom of the thing. Blend it, or you just shade it off. Orange, highlight it. Done. And then with the darker color, that is black and brown mix. Now we have that with us, right? Not the direct black, but little bit of black and brown mix, which we are ready with. Take that, then draw the outline. Sitting under the pan and it's drying up fast. Thank you, Mekali ma'am. Thank you. Hope you all like it. Do share your comments. Understood? Now coming to the flower portion. Now again, on the pie you do not have to transfer white again. You already have white and cream, all the stuffs here. So don't waste these colors. Whichever is can be used now, that particular color. Now here white and chrome yellow mix is already, it's not yet dried, it's wet, so you can take the color, apply on top, because here wet shading we have to do. That is why I'm giving again another coat on top. Whatever color is left on the palette, I'm using it. I'm not taking fresh colors. Okay, that is done. Then take crimson color, take crimson, load the brush, little watery. Okay, not too watery, maybe 1:1 ratio, that will be fine. Thank you, Anandi. Now on the colored portion here, the base, just keep your brush in all directions, just like how we do stippling. You can apply the red first. It will take, if you sit for a blouse now, it will take minimum 4 to 5 hours. That's it. You can finish a blouse. Now the red is over. Before the red dries, take white, again watery. Watery in the sense 1:1 will be fine. On red, just smudge it so that she's got roses or some different kind of flower. Okay, fine, this is done. Let it dry, and later on we will add bright white small leaves or sort petals sort of in the center to highlight the flower. So that is over. Now here on the saree, you can make designs as you want. Some interesting patterns you can do, but here what I will do is I will add orange. I will make it, just take, using the back side of the brush, load orange paint, place dots here and there, because this will look very pretty on green, orange and red. Done. Okay, and before the color dries, around the color, take the lighter shade whatever you have on the palette, or even darker, either lighter or darker. No, the color will not become lighter the lighter shade at all. It will be as it is. What you put on the transfer on the fabric, the colors, the pigments are permanently fixed. It will not become either lighter or it will not be washed out also. These are fabric colors, acrylic colors of course, but the colors will not go. And only thing is you have to iron it on the reverse side after 24 hours. Just keep that in mind. Then around each dot you can place tiny dots also if you want to. All these decorations on the saree, the prints on the sarees is yours. Done. Okay, so I am doing only very few numbers. Done. Making the dot also a little more proper. Yes. Now for the sort of a tribal woman, of course the design is absolutely from the net and not my own creation. The creator is too good that she has done it so well. The composing of the pattern, hats off to her. Okay, now what we will do is, for the chain, the gold chain rather, take black color. Now here direct application of black, but for the sake of the beginners I'm adding a little bit of brown. Okay, once your hands are thorough with certain places you can use the direct black, but of course not on the features, on the face. This is for the, we call it as a Kargamani chain. There is a black chain. Okay, one side. Now the extension will be on the other side also. Okay, so one side we have got, we have done with one side. The second side will be from the neck coming down. First you draw a single line and then make it a patch. Make a little broader one, same size of this. Any other doubt? Ironing is a must when you use the acrylic colors. Okay, now for the portion here, just mark the thing and then the outline. For the jewelry, just make small circles. So the entire gap, that is the copper color gap, that patch can be filled up with circles like this. Okay, then over here done. So these are all over. Now here for the earring, just the outline. Done. Even on the one on the bun also we will have it like this. We will make partitions. Done. Okay, this is done. Now we need to add the coins for the chain. It's a kasumala, so we will add coins. For the coins, again copper is, I'm going to use only copper. Instead of gold, I'm going to use copper. Just take no water. I repeat, direct paint. You may feel that copper is not seen. I'll tell you what to do for that. First, place the dots. These are the coins attached to the chain. Okay, done. Then after making it, take the darker color, that is the brown and black mixed. Just draw the outline only for the lower half and not for the full circle. Okay. Thank you, Leela. Thank you so much. Just below the dot. Do this first. Thank you, Ambika. Thank you so much. Hi, Nagukumari. Thank you. Anandi. Thank you so much. Lalita. Most welcome. Hope it is clear. Hope I am focusing it properly. Because in my device it's little slow. I get it after some time. Just see this. Just see the copper thing. Okay, fine. I thought I was not online. Okay, fine. Done. Now the next step is to do the black for the head. Of course, that anybody can do it. Just fill it up with black. Understood? Now, on the copper, what you do is, because the base is also orangish and it is also somewhat thing, they don't, I mean, it is not shown properly. So, take the lighter shade. Oh, it is there. Those who want to use gold, you can use. Otherwise, use a white and chrome yellow mixture what you have in the palette. Just a small portion. Make it little watery. Take a drop sort of and place it here like this. Okay. After it dries also, we can do. I'm doing it now. And then the attachment onto the black pot. Make a small curve starting from the dot onto the black. You can show the attachment of the coin. Understood? Put the color number in the description box. Which color number you want, Mayank? Please let me know. Thank you, Vasanti. Thank you, Rekha. Thank you, Shweta. So now this is done. What is left is the nut and then the this thing hair black portion. Okay. So now this is done, and little bit of work on the blouse. For the blouse, you can have checked, because these are somewhat like tribal women. So checked pattern will be very, very apt for this. Again, for the checked pattern, a darker shade preferably. So I am taking the brown and a little bit of black. Mixing this itself is not dry, so I can just take it. All you use, okay, these are all whatever I have used, I will just put it in the description box up, so no issues. But you can really play with the colors. Here I have some restrictions, so I'm using only those colors. But on the other hand, you can use any color. You just name it, you get it in the market from Fevicol, you can use it. Okay. Now here, just let me put just a minute. First parallel lines and then convert it into checked pattern. Now the opposite side, forming small sized checks. Using 000 brush. Done. Okay. Now take little copper. This is done actually. One second. Now let me do the bindi, and then we'll on the hair portion also certain attachments are there, so I have to keep my, okay, fine. Then little bit of blue, dot over there, and I want a little darker shade here just above the eyebrow on the blue. The same blue I am giving again just for a small portion, maybe 1/3 of it. I am making it little darker. Earlier we have given the lighter blue, mixing of blue and white, turquoise blue and white. Now I am making it little darker and little bit darker in the eyes also. Done. So now we have finished one lady. Can we use direct silver for Kasu? Yes, you can. You can, Ramki. Sorry, Gauri, you can. Direct silver in the sense silver paint, or you mean to say the silver dust with the binder? I prefer silver dust with the binder, not the direct silver paint, because silver paints are more thicker than the other colors. So and the pigments are too, I feel it's too big, so better to, or else what you do is to the silver paint add little bit of silver dust, a little bit of binder, mix it thoroughly, and that color can be applied. Okay, that you try, and that works out very well. And even when you want to give an antique look for the jewelry, take gold paint, gold dust and binder, mix all the three, bring it to a flowing consistency. That particular color can be applied for the jewels. Okay, now I will show you the finished article on again on a blouse piece. What I have done again against order, so that you will have an idea. Let me just take off all the paints from here. Just a minute. Okay, now this is what we have done in today's session. Okay, the other one is, now this is on a darker color. This is the ekdam light shade. Okay, now on the darker color, I'll tell you what I have done. This is a blouse piece, unstitched, and they have marked and given me the piece. They have marked the neck portion, then the sleeves. Of course, for the sleeves, they haven't suggested yet, so I'm just waiting for their approval, suggestion. Then I will complete the sleeves also. So here just see the colors. Now before starting the color, I have given a base white coat. Chandrakala ma'am, are you here? You asked me whether to give base white coat for this lighter shade. Here during the demo, for the demo piece, I have not given the base white coat. But this is an order piece and the color is darker, so I have given first white coat. After the just a minute, after the coat dries only, I have started with the regular shading. Okay, regular shading I have done, and just see the kasumala, the coins on the chain attached to the coins. Okay, now here I have used gold. It is not copper, it is gold. Even for the jewelry also I have used gold. Okay, then I have given black one for one lady. I have given black for the hair, and for the other lady it is brown and yellow. That is burnt sienna, more of burnt sienna and little yellow mixed and applied over here. And of course the flowers, and then the attachment above the ear for both the ladies, and the jhumka, the kasumala, and on the chain. Here you have gap between. I don't want to fill up the entire portion with circles of black, so I have left gap. Here I will be placing white dots, either with a liner or with a paint. So that is up to us. So we'll be placing the dots in between the two black. Okay. Then what else is, otherwise the other stuffs are the same. And look at the eyes, and here the nut. There we have given copper. Here in this piece it is gold. So on the gold I have marked partitions, the divisions I have done. After creating the divisions, each division will carry a white dot representing a pearl. So that I have done here. This is how the painting goes. Rekha, what is that? I couldn't follow you. Thank you, Kavita ji. So how to show it closer? I don't know. Just see. Was it clear to you? Okay, so this is the one earlier done earlier, and this is the demo piece. This is going to be a patch for a blouse, the back side of the blouse. Understand? So you can also create such pieces. You just ask them to measure, cut and give. You do the patch. Let them, because I am big zero in tailoring, marking and tailoring. So I always request them to draw and give. Only then I can place it. So many times I tried, but I am not able to. So they draw the thing for me, and accordingly I will place the design, position it, and complete it. And I will show you other piece also. Okay. Now This is just for a glance I will show, because I'm not supposed to disclose the design, but still in spite of that I'm doing it. This is a hanging velakku. Okay, again another patch for the back, and another one with a colorful contemporary design parrot with the hanging pin. Okay, so tomorrow, by tonight or tomorrow, I'll be sending the pieces to them. So I just wanted to share that thing. On your saree, the tutorial is there in my YouTube. The entire procedure, you can watch it, Rekha. This design is it. This I got it. Somebody had gifted me a sari from Calcutta. That particular cover had these patterns, so I just took it from that. That's it. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining, and we'll meet again, preferably day after tomorrow, if time permits and things go well. Otherwise, after some. Okay. Take care, and thank you all so much, staying till the end especially. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Bye bye and take care. Thank you. I think this is closer, right, Samyukta? You were able to... Yes, it is closer. You can take a screenshot of this. Remember, for the darker color, white base coat, and for the lighter one, it is no base coat required. Just direct application is enough. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rekha. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. I'm ending up the session. We'll meet you soon. First, yes. Are you sure that you want to stop screaming? Okay.